The housing market continues to remain in a slump as mortgage rates rocket right back up to 7%. That's making homes that were already quite pricey that much more unaffordable. This housing affordability is driving more people into renting, which is driving up the demand for renters and thus increasing the price for renters to the point where the year over year rental price increases are nearly 6%, easily outstripping the inflation numbers we saw last month, which are around 3.5%. And finally, a tale of two markets begin to emerge in Florida. Single family homes versus condos and townhomes. The single family home prices are staying higher for longer, selling quicker, transaction volumes seem to be going up. Whereas for the condominiums and townhomes are taking longer to sell, inventory seems to be surging, and deal volume is crashing. My name is Kelly Ogisoba. I'm a licensed realtor down here in sunny Florida, here to be your trusted source for real estate and market related news. And this is a Jaguar and Crane production.
Quando a saudade bater, cê vai chorar, vai beber, vai ligar, querendo voltar. Eu vou falar que não quero, beijando sua boca, falar que te odeio, tirando sua roupa, mas em quatro paredes, num quarto escuro, você vai ouvir o eu te amo por segundo. Eu vou falar que não quero, beijando sua boca, falar que te odeio, tirando sua roupa, mas em quatro paredes, num quarto escuro, você vai ouvir o eu te amo por segundo. Por segundo.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you are new to this channel, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It really does help out with this YouTube algorithm. It helps get our video out to more viewers and helps this channel continue to grow. And with that, let's start the news of the day. Housing market slumps as mortgage rates top 7%. Wall Street Journal. Existing home sales in March fell 4.3% from February. Mortgage rates have surged past 7%, and home sales in March posted their biggest sharply drop in more than a year, renewing pressure on the U.S. housing market as uncertainty over real estate commissions buffet the industry. The average rate on the standard 30-year fixed mortgage jumped by nearly a quarter percentage point to 7.1%, according to a survey of lenders released Thursday by mortgage finance giant Freddie Mac. That is the highest level since late 2023 and the largest weekly increase in nearly a year. Existing home sales in March, meanwhile, fell 4.3% from February in what was the largest percentage decline on a monthly basis since November 2022. The National Association of Realtors said Thursday. So it looks like the housing market is remaining in a slump. Mortgage rates are going back up. Why is this happening? Well, near the end of 2023, Jerome Powell from the Federal Reserve announced publicly that the Federal Reserve is trying to pivot and trying to cut rates in 2024. Inflation had been dropping from a high of 9% some odd in terms of the CPI index, and it dropped down from 9% to 6% to 5% to 4% to 3%. Come 2024, it looks like we can probably start cutting interest rates. The market rallied north, bonds crashed down, and mortgage rates began to fall. But come 2024, inflation numbers were hot in January, 3.1%, higher than expected. They were hot in February, 3.2%, higher than expected. And again, they were hot in March. March was terrible, 3.5%, hot again. At which point, the Federal Reserve came out publicly to say, maybe we no longer will be cutting rates as fast as we expected. In fact, we may not be cutting them at all. Markets have priced in 6 to 7 rate cuts this year. And by the looks of it, there might not be any at all. There might even be a rate hike as the inflation numbers continue to go up, and as the economy begins to reaccelerate, unemployment remains below 4%. Inflation begins to rocket north. GDP numbers remain good. Federal Reserve has little reason to cut interest rates. And so we might be in a higher for longer scenario. Now, this news comes in the spring. The spring is typically the busiest time of year for home buyers. But now with mortgage rates up and the news of the interest rates that may not be cut, people might just sit on the sidelines at a time that is supposed to be the busiest time of the year. This doesn't look good for the real estate market in 2024. Now keep in mind, home prices are still at record highs. They have been increasing year over year since 2012, with the exception of a quick blip back in 2023. Home prices have increased year after year. So with mortgage rates going up, at a time when home prices are at an all-time high, we see that the average monthly new mortgage payment was 38% higher in the US than the average apartment rent at the end of 2023. According to an analysis by the CBRE, that premium has been in the double digits for 2 years. The cost premium to buy versus rent remains quite high, 38%. So if you decide to go in and rent, you're typically saving a decent amount of money than you would be buying. This is pushing a lot of people into the rental market. And what is that causing? It's causing rental prices to go up. Rents are still rising and pumping up inflation. Wall Street Journal. Shelter inflation, or what the government calls its measure of home and apartment rents, rose 5.7% in March compared with the year prior, well above the shelter inflation rate of about 3.3% from 2015 to 2019. Shelter costs played a significant role in the hotter than expected March Consumer Price Index, which is expected to delay the Fed's plan to lower short-term interest rates. We are in a scenario where the Federal Reserve has run out of bullets to shoot. If they increase the interest rates, it'll put more strain on the economy. It could even lead to a recession. If they keep interest rates where they are, it keeps mortgage rates high, which drives more people into renting, which increases the price of rents, which increases inflation. If they cut the interest rate, that sends a lot more money back into the money supply, which combined with our large amount of fiscal spending that we're doing from the government, that will further increase inflation. So in terms of the monetary front, the Federal Reserve, whichever way they go, it will lead to more inflation, or it will lead to a stagnant economy. It will slow down growth or lead to a recession. The Federal Reserve needs to think hard about what it wants to do. But it looks like whichever way they go, there's going to be some pain. Now we're going to shift a little bit and talk about the Florida market. The Florida market, something very interesting is happening. We basically have a market, and there's a tale of two types of homes. There's a single-family homes, and then we have the condominiums and the townhouses. And they're behaving very differently. The single-family homes, we remain in a seller's market. Prices remain high, they're still selling, prices are going up. The townhomes, it's a buyer's market. There's a lot more inventory out there. They're staying on the market much longer. And so I'm going to break this down for you as we go market by market by market. We're going to focus on the South Florida market, but we're going to talk about Miami. We're going to talk about Broward. We're going to talk about Palm Beach. We're going to talk about St. Lucie County. And we're going to see that this story remains across South Florida. Very interesting. First, when we look at Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and West Palm Beach, the big cities in South Florida, what do we see? Median sale price for homes, $630,000, up 11% from a year ago. But look at those month supply of inventory. Month supply of inventory is 4.2 months. Month supply of inventory represents how long it'll take to get rid of all the inventory that's currently on the market. That's going to be 4.2 months. Now, generally speaking, when we're in between 5.5 months to 6 months, it tends to be more of a neutral market. Anything north of 6 months is a buyer's market. Anything south of 5.5 months, it tends to be more of a seller's market. For single-family homes in South Florida, we're at 4.2. Deal volume is $3.5 billion, up 7.2% from a year ago. So even though we have less closed sales, it's down about 12%. Prices have gone up 11%. So net on net, we have 7.2% increase in terms of the dollar volume of homes being sold. When we look at condominiums, what do we see? Median sale price much cheaper, $351,000, up 8.1% from a year ago. But look at inventory. Inventory, 7.4 months of inventory in South Florida for townhouses and condos. Dollar volume, look at the deal volume. Deal volume is down 20% from a year ago. We're at 1.8 billion. Closed sales is down 23%. So yeah, prices have gone up, but there's a lot less transactions happening, a lot less money being made by realtors in this space, and the month supply of inventory is quite high. We are in a buyer's market, so buyers, if you're looking to buy and you're looking to townhouses and condos, recognize you have a bit more negotiation leverage than you might realize. Now let's zoom in on a few markets. Miami-Dade market in particular, median sales price, $650,000, up 14% from a year ago. Month supply of inventory, 4.3 months. This is for single-family homes. We're going to compare this to the condominium and townhome markets just in a second. When we look at condominiums and townhomes, what do we see? We see a much lower median price. We're looking at $445,000, up 11% from a year ago. But wow, month supply of inventory, 8.2 months. Very high. Median time to list, median time to actually get a sale done, 80 days. 80 days. Right? So we're looking at almost 3 months. We're looking at almost 3 months to get a sale from townhouses and condominiums. Dollar volume is down 20%. Right? Let's go to Broward County. Broward County, we have $607,000 as the median sale price from a home, up 7.4% a year ago. This is for single-family homes. Month supply inventory, just under 4 months supply. We're looking at 3.9 months inventory, up from 2.7 months from a year ago. Dollar volume is down around 4.4%. Now, when we compare Broward County single-family homes to condominiums, we see the same story. Median sale price of condominiums and townhomes, nearly half as much, $288,000. $288,000, much cheaper. 7.2 months supply of inventory. Dollar volume is down 16% from a year ago. Closed sales is down 22% from a year ago. When we look at Palm Beach County, this is my county right here. Median sale price of homes in Palm Beach County, $640,000, up 11% from a year ago. Prices are still going up. Month supply inventory, 4.4 months, still in the seller's market. But when we look at the townhouses and condos, we're looking at 6.8 months supply of inventory. The buyers have a bit more leverage now. Median sale price, we're looking at about half as much, $330,000, up 5.8% from a year ago. Dollar volume is down 25% from the prior year. And finally, we look at Port St. Lucie. Port St. Lucie, the numbers aren't as stark in terms of the median sale price differences. So if we look at Port St. Lucie, the single-family homes, we have $390,000 as the median sale price, up about 4% from a year prior. Month supply inventory, we're looking at 4.2 months. Dollar volume is only down 6.6%. And we compare this to condominiums and townhomes, we're looking at $314,000. So it's actually much cheaper. If you're looking to buy a townhouse or a condo in South Florida, you're much better off looking to buy one actually in Broward County, where the median sale price is in the high 200,000s. which is going to be a little better than Port St. Lucie. Single family homes, Port St. Lucie, you're going to get a better deal. Month supply inventory for townhouses and condos in Port St. Lucie or in St. Lucie County, we're looking at 7.6 months. And the dollar volume for townhouses and condominiums has actually gone up 20%. Very interesting. And so, guys, that is it for the news. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. I'm always ready and available to answer any and all questions. I hope this was useful and it gave you a proper update for what's happening in the US market in general, but also what's going on in South Florida and what's going on with inventory, our condominiums, our townhomes, and our single family homes. I hope this video was helpful, informative, and will help you make the right decisions moving forward. Thank you so much. Take care and have an awesome day.
Baby, oh yeah, make with you. Paradise, not me and you. Baby, 1+1 now you. Only when you chop out you.